guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm going to show you what I do with my pickles and give you some ideas of what you can do with your pickling cucumbers. It's an easy recipe and easy things you can do to get your cucumbers pickled for fresh eating later on. All of these cucumbers have been washed already, so you just want to make sure you give it a good little wash, and this is what I'm going to do with my pickles. So one of the first things I ever did to pickle some of my own pickles, I just emptied the last couple of pickles from this pickle jar, and what I'm going to do is I'm just going to add some pickles to this pickling jar, and this way I will top it up with the remainder of my own pickling brined for refrigerator pickling cucumbers, but I just want to try and see if I can get some of these smaller ones right into that pickling jar, and then of course I'll top it up. And then you just put the lid on this. I'm just going to put the lid on this. That's all you really need to get your pickling cucumbers started. You just need to try and make sure that you either have enough pickles in here that it covers it, or just top it up. You can top it up with vinegar, and that will help as well. It's just going to change the taste of your pickling cucumbers. But that's how I'm going to get these ones started. And we'll top this up in a minute, and I'll show you what I'm going to do with these ones. So with these pickles, I am going to get them all sliced up, and I'll put them in this container for ready to be put into my pickling jars. This one actually probably could go in here. Let's see if it'll fit in there. And you'll see just by adding that, it's almost caused all the pickle juice to go to the very top. These ones I like to cut it into spheres, so I'm going to cut it in half lengthwise, and then I'll cut this one into thirds to make some really nice pickling spheres. And I'll continue on with the remainder. I did notice that this pickle had this little bad spot on it, but I think I'm just going to take that piece and cut that right off. And I'll just continue making spheres. This one had the same thing. I'll just cut that off right now. You know, sometimes I also like to take the cucumbers and just make cucumber slices when they're really big like this, and it'll fit more of this cucumber into the jar. Now if you like cucumber slices on your burgers, this is what I'd be using for my burger. This is an old spaghetti sauce jar. I've washed, sanitized it, and I'm just going to add all these to the jar. And now this one pickle might take up this entire jar. Let's see. Show these slices down. There we go. And set this aside. These spheres, I put them in. And just keep putting them in until all the space is filled out, and you'll be surprised. You can just keep stuffing them in and stuffing them in until there's no more space to go. And I'm going to put a few small ones here. And it looks like I'm going to need another jar. And see, you can just shove them in and find all the spaces you can. I just shove that one in. There. So I think I got as many as I can. Oh, I got space over here. Let's try and see if I can get a cucumber into that space over there. Empty space in there. That one fit right in there. This one doesn't really fit in there. Let's see if there we go. I got those all stuffed in there. I know there's a little bit of space there, but that's going to be okay. Set that one aside. Now these, I'll just see what I can do with it after. But I continue on with the recipe. So what you're going to need, you can use distilled vinegar. I'm going to use some apple cider, organic apple cider vinegar, 6 cloves of garlic, some coriander seeds, some fresh dill, this is from my garden, some red pepper flakes, and some mustard seed. I don't have mustard seeds. I'm going to be using ground mustard, but this will work in the way I'm doing my recipe. So, and you'll need 2 cups of water. You will also need sugar and some kosher salt. I'm going to be using pink Himalayan salt. I'll go along with the recipe here. 1 1/4 cup of distilled vinegar, 2 cups of cold water, 2 tablespoons of sugar, some coriander seeds. I'm going to do maybe about 2 tablespoons of coriander seeds. Now the recipe calls for 6 large cloves of garlic. I use the tinier ones because I'd like more garlic to get loose into my jars, but not only that, these small garlic cloves are harder to work with when cooking, whereas the bigger ones are easier for cooking. So I'm going to put in probably double the amount of garlic cloves of the smaller ones. So I got 5 small cloves in there. So I think that's the smallest I had. And so I'm going to go with 3 bigger ones as well. I'm just going to cut those ones in half. You don't need to cut your garlic in half. You can just put them in the way they are. I've got an extra one here peeled, so I'm just going to throw that one in as well. And then you're going to take a 1/4 teaspoon of red pepper flakes. I just use the small end of the red pepper flakes section. And I'm just going to do a 1/4 teaspoon, so that looks about right. It said 16 sprigs of dill. I'm just going to throw in all of this. Actually, let me pull it down. Take the big pieces. It smells so good. Just want some bigger leaves. I'll do that. So I'm sure there's more than 16 maybe in there, but that's okay. And then I'm going to take a tablespoon of ground mustard. Put it in here. Tablespoon of ground mustard, and I know it seems weird, but I'll put down in. And now we're just going to bring this to a rolling boil. I'm going to start cleaning up this mess while this is coming to a boil. Sorry, that was supposed to be a teaspoon of dry mustard, not a tablespoon. So what I did was I took out about half of a tablespoon, and I added vinegar and half cup of water, some more coriander flakes, some more salt, and a tablespoon of sugar. So I'm actually 1 1/2ing this recipe, which will be okay. There we go. adding some more garlic. So pretty much a head of garlic to 1.5 this recipe, which I think will be really delicious anyways. Now we're at a rolling boil. We're gonna just turn it off. I'm gonna let it cool. And then we will fill up these jars with this brine. Look how delicious this brine looks. The recipe actually tells you to not add the water. You just dissolve everything first and then add the cold water because it cools it down, and then you can add the pickling right to the jars because you should use cold water. But this is what I'm doing. I'm going to actually take out some of these garlic spears and the garlic sprigs and put them into this jar. Some coriander seeds. And just trust me, the flavor of all this is absolutely amazing. So let's just see if I can grab a few more garlic. And this brine, you can keep this brine in a jar. And what I have done in the past is I had a jar with already the brine in it, and I allowed the every time I harvested some pickles, I just added the pickles to the brine. So this brine is absolutely amazing. This might be a little bit too hot, but it's okay. I'm just going to add this pickling brine till it fills it up inside the jar, and then we'll put this in the refrigerator because it'll cool it down anyways. And there we are, right up to the top. And so I'm just going to put the lid on this, and now this pickle, put it upside down, is ready to be refrigerated. These are refrigerator pickles. So in a couple of days, they're going to be so delicious. With the slicing cucumbers, we are going to do the exact same thing. I put some of the dill in there, some garlic, and I'm just going to fill this up with the brine. Some more coriander seeds. Oh, I need a little more brine because there's a lot more space in this one. It's going to need that little extra brine, but that's good. And I still have that half portion left over, and I might slice these up and just put it in here and put it in the fridge because, like, you can save this brine and just keep adding to it. Okay, I'm going to put the jar on this. This is going to go right into the fridge for sliced pickles. And I almost forgot, I'm going to put a little bit of the brine in this jar, just to top it up just a notch. And there we go. This one's going to be perfect because it's not even going to be cold. And I can still add a couple pickles to this. And that's my recipe. Well guys, I hope you enjoyed this video of what I do with some of my own food from the garden. I'm hoping to be doing a few more videos. If you do like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Let me know that this is something you're interested in watching, and just so that you can see what you can do in your own gardens, or just if you're curious, what do we do with the vegetables when I harvest them, because I do harvest quite a bit of pickles, but I do love pickles, and it's something that my husband can even eat pickles. He can't eat cucumbers raw, but he can eat pickling cucumbers. So this is something that I do for our family. And if you want to continue on my journey, if you want to watch more of my videos, go ahead and click that subscribe button so you can see more of my videos. All right, guys, till next time. Bye.